guys, so today I have an extremely cool self-working card trick that can be done with any borrowed and shuffled deck of cards. So let's get right into the performance. So like I said, the spectator can, genuinely shuffle and mix this deck up as much as they wish before the trick begins. But what I'm going to do here is just arrange the cards in such a way so that it's easier for the spectator to see all the cards going by. And whenever they'd like, I'm going to have them call out stop at any card. So let's say the spectator says stop at this card. I hope you guys can see this in the camera. But once the spectator remembers this card, I will simply lose it somewhere back in the deck. We can just kind of give the cards a little bit of a mix here so that neither of us knows where that card ends up. So hopefully it's not anywhere near the top or the bottom. Good? Okay, great. So what's going to happen in this trick is I'm going to see if you have the power to estimate roughly the location of your card, okay? So do me a favor, cut less than half of the deck for me. That's perfectly fine. And you can mix this half up if you would like, but I would just ask the spectator, if you had to guess which pile your card is located in, would you guess it's in your little pile that you cut or within, the rest of the deck where there's a lot more cards? Statistically, it's more likely that your card is within the bigger pile just because there's more options to deal with, but obviously there is a chance it could be in here. We can have the spectator check this pile if they'd like. They can check the pile and they can see that their card is not anywhere located in this pile. So that obviously means it has to be within the bigger pile. So that's still, is still a mystery to us. We don't know where it is or what it is. Well, that's my job. I have to try and figure it out. So what I'm going to do is go through the cards one by one like this. And whenever you see your card, basically just tell me stop, but don't say it out loud. I want you to do it in your head. And I'm going to try to listen to your thoughts and try to pick up on where your card is. Okay, so here we go. I'll try and go quickly here, but don't say anything at all. Okay. Okay, I think I definitely passed it, didn't I? Yeah, it's not anywhere here. No, it was definitely on one of these cards. I must have passed it. I thought I heard something, but it wasn't quite clear. The connection was a little bit fuzzy. But okay, let's, forget about that. Because remember, I said earlier that this trick is all about you estimating the location of your card. And let's take a look back at this little pile over here. Obviously your card isn't in here, but maybe we can use this because remember, you just cut this randomly, right? You didn't try to cut to a specific place. This was completely a free will decision. Maybe we can use this as a clue to find your card. So let's actually count how many cards you've cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cards exactly. They can double check. It really is just 13 cards here. This has given us a clue to find where your card is because this is 13. If we count 13 cards in this pile now, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and the 13th card was your card, the Queen of Hearts. I do hope that it was. And that is the trick. It's an incredible trick. I love this trick so much. And if you guys want to learn how to do it, then be sure to stick around for the tutorial. Alright guys, so here's the tutorial for the trick that you just saw. This is an incredible self-working card trick that you can genuinely do with anybody's deck of cards. It's so fun, so easy, and I can't wait to show you guys how it works. So let's get right into the tutorial. So this trick begins by having the spectator shuffle the deck, and then they are allowed to select a card and then return it back anywhere into the deck. But what you're doing is you are controlling the card to a specific location, and that location you are controlling it to is position number 26 in the deck. There's multiple ways to go about this. I will show you a beginner way to do this, and then I will show you the advanced way to do this, which I did in the performance. But the beginner way is very simple. You're going to have the spectator select any card, and you just spread through the cards, have them look at the card, and as they are looking at the card, let's say the card is the 9 of diamonds, you're going to turn away because you don't want to see the card, obviously. And what you will do with your back turn is you will count 25 cards from the spread. And this is a very simple thing. It sounds a little tricky, but it's actually a lot more simple than you'd think. All you have to do is count 8 groups of 3 and then just add 1 more card. So you can do this very quickly. Just spread off a group of 3 and you do that 8 times. So you just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you just add one more single card. And then you can hold a break here, or you can just come back with your hands already separated. Honestly, would probably recommend you to hold a break so that you can have the spectator say stop anywhere, and then you could just do a riffle force. Basically, they say stop and you just pick up at the break, have them place the selection right here, and if you place all these cards back on top, their card will now be the 26th card down in the deck, the 9 of diamonds. If you don't want to do the riffle force, you can obviously just have them place the card back. You just say, yeah, just place it back here so it's somewhere in the middle of the deck, and that would also be completely fine as well. So that's a beginner way to control their card to the 26th position. And then there's also the more advanced way to do this, which is the one that I chose to do in the performance. This is a deck that I'm very comfortable doing pharaoh shuffles with. So what I do is I basically have to execute a perfect pharaoh shuffle, and once the perfect pharaoh is executed, this is a very, very sneaky little self-working control where if you have a perfect pharaoh, you're going to riffle anywhere. It's a free choice that can say stop at any card. Let's say the ace of hearts. You're going to hold a break like this, and then you're going to strip out all of the outjogged cards, maintaining the break like this, strip out all the outjogged cards, maintaining the break, place these on top of the break like this, and then you're going to spread all these cards from the break and then just drop these cards on the table, and then these cards in your hand, you can shuffle them and then drop these on top. And if you do that, the ace of hearts will automatically be controlled to the 26th position. It's just a self-working mathematical principle. I wish I could explain it further. I do have a full video detailing this trick if you want to check that out instead. This is just kind of a quick overview of that advanced version of a control. Let's just use the ace of hearts for the rest of this trick. So assuming that their card is now in the 26th position, you can now move on to the rest of the trick. So you tell the spectator that they're going to try to use their power of estimation to find their own card. So you tell them to cut less than half the deck, and this truly is a free choice. They can cut anywhere as long as it's not past 26. So the reason why you put the card in the 26th position is because the 26th card is the exact halfway point of the deck. So as long as you tell them to cut less than half, they should be completely fine as long as they cut anywhere that's less than 26. So genuinely anywhere is fine. Let's say they cut right about here, and then you could tell them to shuffle this pile if they want to, because their card is not going to be in here. And then you ask them to guess whether their card is in their pile or your pile, and it really does not matter what they say at all. You're just going to use some statistics and tell them that their card is more likely to be here. You can have them check the little pile for their card, and they won't see the ace of hearts here. So that obviously will mean that it's somewhere here. And then we could say that I still don't know where it is or what it is, and you can show like the top 3 or 4 cards, because depending on where they cut, it's pretty likely that their card won't be within the top 3 or 4 here. So here is the self-working part of the trick, which is just so awesome, and this just works every single time. It really doesn't matter where they cut. This applies for every single performance that you do. All you're going to do is show the cards one by one to the spectator, and you're going to turn your head so you're not looking, and you're going to tell the spectator that they're going to think the word stop, and you're going to try to hear their thoughts so that you can stop right on their card. But that's not at all what you're doing. What you're doing is a very specific process, which is you're going to be counting 25 cards exactly. And that's all you have to do is just count 25 cards. And if you do that, the trick will work every single time. So all I do is I turn my head and just make sure to show the cards one by one, and you're just going to count silently to yourself in your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and then put the last card down. You're just going to say, I think I passed it already, right? Because I don't think it's here. I don't think it's here. I think it was definitely one of these cards. What you're going to do is you're going to point and say, I think it was definitely one of these cards. You're going to pick the pile back up and place it on top of the rest of the deck. If you do that, everything is set up automatically. Basically, it's a mathematical principle where however many cards they cut, if you just deal one less than the original position was 26, you deal 25 cards and then place that back on top, it will basically mathematically work out so that the amount of cards they cut will equal now the new position of their card. You're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is a completely randomly generated number by the spectator, and you tell them that, remember, I told you you have the power to estimate where your card is, so maybe we can use that number 15 to estimate where your card is in here. So if this is 15, we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and the 15th card they tell you is the ace of hearts, and it will be their card every single time. I wish I could explain how it works. I'm sure there's some mathematical people in the comments that can help explain the principle behind this trick and why it actually works. I think this is such a cool trick, and I think it's incredibly fun and easy to do. And yeah, it's great that you can really do this with any borrowed and shuffled deck of cards. I think it's super fooling and powerful. And yeah, anyways, that's the trick. Really hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.